Good late morning, my coolest of kids. Your buddy Rob's already been to work for a couple hours earlier. I was also then sent home to get some of my travel gear because I'm going to be taking a ride about 45 minutes with the crew who's going to come and grab me from my house. So that sounds nice for a away from the office promotion. Part of my job that I love, and when I was a little bit younger, right after I got out of college, I used to just work in an office. And I was happy to have the job. Like, I was literally happy just to have a job. I'd always pictured, when you get into that, when you're working in an office, I thought, like, that was, like, where you wanted to be. I didn't want to do, like, a manual labor job or nothing else. Like, nothing against it. That was just not me. I was a little tech savvy. I liked working with people on the phones and in person. But I figured, I'll do customer service sales on the phone, or I can do, work with businesses and be, like, a coordinator of sorts or something like that. And then I found this job. Best of both worlds. I have office work that I do where I contact customers online and also through the phone, and then I have promotions that I do where I get to go out to different stores different far away, and I don't have the same schedule practically any week ever. Yes, you got to be a little flexible, but the pay is pretty good, and I love that. Pay is good. I like that, and I honestly, I am a very social person nowadays. I love it. I feel like it helps you grow and it helps you like be a bigger, more rounded person by experiencing different people. And we're going to do a story time with Rob again. I was reading my local newspaper, and I saw a story that was just awesome. Awesome. There was this guy who had some run-ins as his younger years. Right now, I believe he was in his early 30s right now. When he was younger, he broke the law a bunch of times. He didn't do anything like stealing-wise or anything like that, but he got into drugs, and he was having he got caught with them a couple times, and he had literally just gotten out from jail and was got into a halfway house. And he actually was able to pick up a construction job. Now, what they didn't know is he didn't have transportation. And obviously being at a second chance type situation, place, he has to be there every night. And that was 15 miles away from where the station was. He didn't have any money to get started. Like, the station is where they have to meet before they're able to go out and do the jobs. He had no way to get there. And he had to be there by 6 o'clock in the morning. So, the first day goes by. He walks all the way there. Okay, he doesn't tell anyone because he didn't want to get embarrassed or anything like that. He said he'd just gotten dropped off. He didn't have any money. He had just gotten out of second chance. Like, no money, no nothing, no family around here, anything like that. He walked all the way there. Did his work, everything else, and he didn't want to tell them he didn't have a ride home, so he literally got dropped. They drove by his house back to the office. He got out, waited till nobody was looking, and walked back. So, now the next day comes around, he's walking there, it's pitch black, because it is, he said he was leaving at, 2 in the morning, something like that, so he'd have, 4 hours to get there, and even then he thought he was going to be late, he made it the first day in, I guess, a little over 4 hours, but he gets about halfway through, about 7.5 miles in, and a state trooper pulls up. He looks suspicious. The guy's sweating. It's the middle of the night. Not middle of the night, morning, blackout. Guy's got jeans and a white tee on going, to work. And the cop asks for his ID, shows him his ID, and he's very suspicious. This guy is ultra suspicious of this man. And then he explains his situation, that he's really trying over again. He had been addicted to drugs. He had a bad drug problem, whatever, and he'd gotten clean in jail. This time, he finally wanted to stay clean and, go straight. Now, I know what you're thinking, oh boy, they all say that. And it's true, a lot of them do say that, and a lot of them don't follow through with it, because you have to want it before anyone else. It doesn't matter if everybody else wants you to get clean or get good or go the straight edge. It does not matter until you want it. Well, this state trooper saw something in him, and even though, it was out of his way and the guy was actually on his way home, took him there, okay? Now, he got out of the guy was worried. When he got dropped off, that they would see him and the state trooper dropping him off. Well, the manager was already there and saw what happened, didn't say anything, and actually contacted the state barracks asking what had happened. Well, they told him, they ended up patching it through to the guy and saying that, the guy didn't have any transportation and he'd been walking the last 2 days to work just to get there and then walking back, everything. And the trooper just wanted to give him a ride that morning. Nothing the guy had done wrong or anything like that. The manager was he should be worried. It was a guy that, he has a bad past, and he knew he had a bad past and he was giving him a chance. So what the actual state barracks and that guy that got to talking, and they ended up doing a GoFundMe on the state trooper page for the guy. And I guess this guy had actually been trying previously too, and drugs had always gotten the best of him, and that was what had already drawn him back in. So by him wanting to get off of the drugs, away from drugs, and like away from that whole situation, that was what always drew him back into jail. He had been volunteering to different places and everything else throughout all of his community services that he had to do through courts. So all these places that had him work for them ended up pitching in, okay? Well, he's getting ready to walk at 2 o'clock in the morning, literally the next day, has no idea that this is happening, and he gets outside, and there's a car parked out front, and he's like, what is this? Well, it was actually his manager. And as he gets up to the car, the guy goes, your license is like valid, right? He's just joking around with him, like messing around with him, and you're not going to just like quit your job and run away from me, right? Guy's like, what? No, I'm so confused. Guy throws him the keys to I think it was a 2007 Honda Civic, free of charge, because they had raised over $11,000 from the GoFundMe, and the guy just, he paid the rest off himself. Just an awesome story. This was 3 months ago, okay? This is the only reason I am willing to share this story. This was 3 months ago now, and ever since then, that guy has been on to work every single time. He puts a part of his donation of his check towards the community center that's in his local town, and the part of his check every week goes to that, which is the services for people that are homeless, people that have a hard time paying like their rents and stuff, people that have disabilities and such, families that have children. The money goes to that. So this guy literally got the help he needed, finally got on a straight edge because somebody gave him a chance, and now he's giving back to the community and thriving and just doing wonderful for himself. Just a happy story, something I wanted to share with you guys. Don't always judge people. Obviously, do the weary eye. Don't always judge people for their past, because sometimes people really do change and they really do want a new life and try hard. They want a new thing. There's usually just one little thing that's holding them back, like drugs, and that's not a little thing. This guy wanted it. He stopped doing the drugs. He got himself a huge break by people giving him rides and finding out his story. And now he's got his own place, everything else, and he's moving up in the company. He's working. He's got his own he's a foreman now. So awesome. Positive vibes, positive life, and you have yourselves a wonderful day.